Guys, we're back with another food review, and today I've got for us a little product I found that is a Philly cheesesteak that you cook at home. It looks pretty good, so we're going to check that out. The perfect bobblehead for today is a Royals player who actually finished his career, his Royals Hall of Fame career, in Philadelphia for the Philadelphia Phillies. In fact, this guy right here, Mike Sweeney, I got his autograph. Let's check out the next food review. It's the chew with do-ba-da-doo. It's the chew with do-ba-da-doo. It's the chew with do-ba-da-doo. All right, so here for our Rew'view episode, we're going to be checking out this bad boy right here. This is Gary's Quick Steak. Real steak, real fast. Checking the back of this, it only has 1 gram of carbohydrates. There are 3 servings in this here container. We're going to get this thing cooking up, and I'll let you know what I think of this low-carb product. Let's check it out. All right, so we're all set up right here. I've got some onions that I finally chopped up. I've got some of those sweet peppers left over from our Atomic Buffalo Turd recipe. If you haven't checked out that Atomic Buffalo Turd recipe, now's your chance. Click on the link. You'll see it right there. And then I've got myself some provolone cheese ready to go. 0 grams of carbs. Make sure you check that cheese content. Some of those will have some carbs. And then I'm going to cook this up according to the instructions. Here's what it says. It says, preheat skillet medium-high heat. Place frozen or thawed Gary's Quick Steak in the skillet. Add, wow, seasoning to taste. And there it is. Cook until product reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Use caution not to overcook. Let's get this thing going. Now, I know I said I got Mike Sweeney's autograph on my bobblehead, and that's pretty awesome, but the truth about this one, I didn't get this from Mike Sweeney. When he released this bobblehead on his Hall of Fame day, he took 1 box of bobbleheads and signed each every one of them, put them back in, put them in the boxes, and they passed them out to random fans as they came into the game. I was not one of those fans, but a few weeks after that, I traded with a guy that was at the game. He gave me the box. I didn't even look inside it other than to know it had a bobblehead in it. I got home and opened it up, and wouldn't you know, I got one of the signed Mike Sweeney bobbleheads. That's why this one lives in my favorite bobbleheads cabinet. Right behind me, though, you will see a picture of me and Mason with Mike Sweeney. He happened to be there for Bacon Day at the K. Oh, it was a good day. And you see Mike Sweeney signed our K made out of bacon. Mike Sweeney actually put his arm around Mason and said, "Your dad seems like a great Christian man. You make sure you listen to your dad now." And little Mason just looked up at Mike Sweeney and said, "Yes, sir, Mr. Mike Sweeney." It was a pretty cool day at the K. Now, I'm willing to bet that a ton of Royals fans had Mike Sweeney at the top of their list of favorite players. There were some meager years there for the Royals, and Mike Sweeney was our one good player. He was often up there for numbers of RBIs. He was almost always our all-star representative each and every year. Mike Sweeney was a 3-time Royals Player of the Year, 5-time All-Star, and was inducted into the Royals Hall of Fame all the way back in 2015. He does work for the team in an executive position. He played mostly for the Royals, where he was drafted out of Ontario, California, as a high school catcher, but the Royals quickly realized that his bat was way more advanced than his fielding, so they moved him over to first base, where he could field and really focus in on his hitting, and he got himself to the major leagues. He was the first Royal to sign a big contract, and a lot of us thought that maybe that meant that some more Royals players would follow. Up to this point, a lot of those players that we developed had moved on to other clubs because the Royals could not afford them. At the end of his career, Mike Sweeney was a member of the Philadelphia Phillies, where he actually played in his first postseason game. He went 1 for 1 in the NLCS, and that was the end of his career until he signed a 1-day contract so he could retire with the club he came up with, your Kansas City Royals. All right, so we've cooked up our Gary's Quick Steak, real fast. Mike Sweeney bobblehead. Don't you love Mike Sweeney? It's a good bobblehead. All right, let's give this a try. We cooked it
Per the instructions now, I added into it. This is kind of like a meatball I would have. What's that place called? Pepper Jack's Grill. I'll go to Pepper Jack's and get something like this. I've got the steak. I've got little provolone cheese melted on top. Had some sweet peppers left over from those Atomic Buffalo Turds, and we've got onions. All right. Now, you don't love steak.
Yeah, so I can't give a really honest opinion for most people, because I don't really like steak, to be honest.
Okay, this cooked up really quickly. It's pretty flavorful. That wow seasoning, pretty wow. Mace, what do you think, dude?
It's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is a quick, easy meal. It said on here that this was 3 servings. I bought 2 of these, thinking the family would need 2 of them to feed the 4 of us. But even one of them, I feel like we're going to have enough food. I'm going to go ahead and cook up the next one because I'm going to eat more. But I think this is pretty good. Mason, what do you think?
I like it.
Out of 10.
It's good.
Out of 10.
Give it a 7.
7 out of 10?
7 out of 10.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm going to say it could be a 10 out of 10 if I came up with the right sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had a horseradish sauce with this, like a mayonnaise-based horseradish sauce that I could put all over this, picture like an Arby's horsey sauce, something like that to go with this cheesesteak. This could be a 10 out of 10, guys. I'm going to highly recommend this. Gary's Quick Steak. Real steak, real fast. Look for it at your local grocer. This was $6.39 at our local Price Chopper. Let me know what you think. Love to hear that answer in the comments down below. And stick around to the end of the video, and I will tell you the story and show you the picture of what happened to my thumb.
It's the chew with Goo'rew. It's the chew with Goo'rew. It's the chew with Goo'rew.
Alright, so story time. Now, if you don't want to hear this kind of gross story, please don't watch the end of this video. It's your last chance, because I'm going to show you a pretty gruesome picture in just a second.
Oh, show a picture.
Last Saturday, my family was out on our boat. We got ourselves a new boat. Well, in fact, we own 1/3 of a used boat. And we were out having a great time on a local lake here. And we were out, we swam, you know, it was a pretty windy day, but we did some skiing, some kneeboarding, and tubing and stuff like that. My brother-in-law, Chris, was out skiing, and his daughter, Ashley, was going to go out and learn to ski. So I was helping Ashley adjust her skis and stuff like that, get them fit for herself. And while that happened, the boat kind of got pushed a little bit closer to the shore than we wanted. We were about 40 or 50 yards still away from trees that you could see sticking up out of the ground, and my father-in-law said, you know, let's move further away. Chris got back in the boat, and we tried to put it in gear to get a little bit further away from all these trees that we could see, and the boat wouldn't move. We got ourselves high-centered on a tree that we couldn't see that was underneath the water. And so if you can imagine, my father-in-law and I and Chris got out, and Chris was pulling on one side with a rope, and Tim and I were on the other side, and I saw where it was. I was like, oh, Tim, here's where it's high-centered at. And there was a log sticking up. Well, a log, it was going straight up. It was a branch of that tree. And our boat was sitting on top of that. And so I said, Tim, let's push right here. 1, 2, 3. And we tried to push, and just as we did that, a wave picked up the boat, and it went boat, Stephen's thumb, tree. The result was not beautiful to look at. I'm happy to announce, though, I'm sorry for that gruesome photo. I'm happy to announce that my thumb is now healing very well. I'm glad to be back doing episodes and bringing these guys to you. Stitches are out. I'm healing. Things are working way better. I have no damage to my tendons, no damage to my bones, and I'm expected to make a complete recovery. So thank you all for your well wishes. We hope to be back with more Chew with Rew, more episodes in the weeks ahead. Thank you all so much for watching this one. Be sure to comment down below if you like this video. I'm so sorry for the gruesome photos. Try to answer our trivia question, and I'll be going through those trivia questions and who's answered them correctly in our next recipe episode. I know somebody answered one of our questions from our last one. We'll be giving you a shout out on our next recipe episode. All right, guys, see you later. We're gonna give this a try. Oh no, he dropped his bat. Don't drop your bat. Oh, did you notice what number is that on his bat?
144.
144. I'm gonna throw that into the comments as our question this week. Why does Mike Sweeney's bobblehead have the number 144 on it?